Hi Virgo, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm doing your weekly messages for next week and I am going to get straight into it. I've already pre-pulled the oracle cards just to save time. So this first one says no place like home, and it says home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity, aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. So it's basically saying that you are, comfortable with your own self now. You've beginning to learn who it is that you are. You've got a good sense of who you are and you're being like authentic. Then with the adjustments required, third quarter moon, it says, think of yourself as a vessel that has been filled more and more over the past few weeks. Some of what has come your way may have been wonderful, but there's also a lot of negativity and you need to let go of this. Whatever situation you're asking about now, be honest about whether there are toxic emotions involved, which you need to release into the ethers. This card also comes with the promise that not all is lost. However, there are changes or adjustments required before you get to where you want to be. A change of course is a forecast now that recent events has been understood and acted upon. There may be also a crisis which will remind you what you want and what it's time to let go of, so pay attention. I'm reevaluating the situation. Your life may be out of balance and this may be causing you issues. It may be time to hatch a whole new plan. Something new and exciting is around the corner. Trust may be required to move the situation forward. So basically, in some situation in your life, there is, and something that you're kind of like, there's some sort of toxicity connected to this. So if we see the devil, that's probably might, come out. And as I say that, I've already pre-shuffled your cards and I will shuffle them again, but the devil is at the bottom of the deck here. So there is something that you do need to release and to let go of, but basically you need to kind of either come up with a whole new plan or there's some sort of adjustments that are required when it comes to one of your goals. Then with the Canary Spirit, I love this one. So it basically says sing your own song. And this card says Canary Spirit arrives to help you find your authentic voice and express what is in your heart. Free yourself to experience your inner light and let it shine as Canary Spirit sings to remind you of your inherent joy and to support you as you sing your own song. Now is the time to let the world know who you really are. Canary Spirit's message is that you are free to be yourself and express your most cherished desires. The world wants to hear your song. If your inquiry is about a relationship, you've been called to fully be yourself. For only then will you find harmony and joy. You can make music with others so beautifully when your note rings true. So there's two cards about being authentic and being your true self. So maybe you've been kind of like masking a part of you because you feel like, okay, however you've learned this, maybe like people have shown you this before, that part of you that you show them is like, that's what turns them away from you, or you kind of like feel rejected in some way if you show your full self. And I feel like this is saying, show who you really are. Don't show the things that you've been through. Don't tell that story of how you got to where you are, whatever. It's like, this is who I am, and just be your true self. So let's see, what does the tarot have to say? Okay, so what does Virgo need to know for next week? What are the messages and what's coming in? So we have the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Sun, that's Leo energy, and then Taurus or Capricorn. I can never remember which, the Queen and King. I always get them confused. We have the World. Just want to make sure you can see that, kind of. The Wheel of Fortune. That is Jupiter energy, which I link with Sagittarius. Nine of Pentacles. King of Swords. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Queen of Cups. It's Cancerian energy. And the High Priestess, which is Pisces energy. Okay. And then, so I don't know why I did it like this. I don't know why I did, but I obviously did for a reason. I, for some reason, was grabbing cards from the bottom of the deck. So everything, I believe everything happens for a reason, especially in a tarot reading. So I'm going to take it like that. And I'm not going to take your 3 cards at the bottom. I'll take 3 cards from the top here. And we'll take it from there. Okay, that's one too many. Okay, so at the top we have the 10 of Wands, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the 7 of Swords. So I feel like you've come from a place where you've had a very overwhelming ride, basically a long journey to get to this point. You're at the point now where you're like, okay, I am done. I cannot keep going with this anymore. I'm burned out. There's nothing left to give to this situation. Like, I'm out of here type of thing. I don't see a path forward. The Ace of Pentacles is about wanting a new beginning. You're wanting to kind of start anew, where you basically build your roots somewhere. So you're kind of wanting to plant the seed now, so that you can kind of take root into something. So maybe plant the seed into something that you authentically, want. Like, what is it that you want? Adjust this, maybe come up with this new plan. This is this new plan, basically, that you're coming up with. It's a plan for your future, for stability. 7 of Swords is like, okay, I'm going to do this strategically. You might have had someone in your life who was very deceptive or very manipulative. You're leaving that behind, basically. You're like, okay, let's strategically think about this. What is it that I want? How am I going to get to what I want? And let me be my authentic self. Let me leave the situation behind and kind of adjust this situation, or come up with a new plan altogether. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune being at the bottom, the center of your reading, is about things changing. This is about divine timing and, something like the wheels coming in to turn in your favor. Like, there's luck in your hands right now. Whatever change is happening, it's divinely guided. With the King of Pentacles being here, means that it's got to do with, firstly, some form of someone. This is either someone in your life or yourself, Virgo, who is it's probably your energy with the King of Pentacles there, but like, you've come from a place, or the changes that have happened is because you've been kind of putting work into yourself. You've been investing in not only your own well-being and that type of thing, but you've also been investing in like focusing on work at the moment, maybe building a business, trying to kind of get your finances in order and something like that. The Sun is about you gaining some sort of clarity, about things coming to light, about things being very kind of like happy and positive and that type of thing. So maybe you've changed your mindset to be like this happy, positive person. And that's kind of like, by doing that, by focusing on what growth you need to get to, and by focusing on the positivity of things and what could come in and what could change in your life and what good things could come of this situation, it's bringing the wheel in your favor, basically. It's bringing you to a place of clarity, a place of sitting back and being that observer, like it said in the No Place Like Home card. So you could just be sitting back and kind of thinking things through logically, coming up with plans, like I said there with the 7 of Swords, and maybe adjusting this whole situation, or coming up with a plan for a new situation, but you're getting clear on where it is that you want to go, what you want to do. Making logical decisions now. You're no longer kind of like thinking with your heart. the High Priestess is about like your inner knowing. So I feel like with the outcome being the High Priestess, it's like you kind of know already where the situation is going to take you. Like you have like your intuition is telling you, your gut is telling you, you know this. But it's also about keeping it to yourself. So you might not be talking about what your plans are. You might not be expressing what it is that you actually want. And maybe that's why with the Sing Your Own Song, it's saying like, just be your authentic self. Now that doesn't mean you have to tell people your plans or anything like that, but just be yourself, and then kind of let your highest self of this new version of you, like just being fully authentic, let that guide you, because that might guide you to a place that is home, either metaphorically or actually literally. Then we have the Ace of Wands here. So the Ace of Wands is in your 3D world, possibly your work. The Ace of Wands is a new start, a new beginning, something that you're excited to do. So there could be like maybe a new project that you're working on at work, or maybe a new business ideas come to you and you're wanting to kind of like start the action on this, or it could just be that you're starting a new job altogether. But there's some new situation when it comes to your work that's kind of like firing up your desire again and firing up your passion for what it is that you do. Very exciting new start. Like I'd be saying that this is the beginning of something that could potentially be like right up your path towards your goals, basically. The World is in your connections, your feelings, your relationships. So the World is about like getting closure on something, cycles ending, completion of something. So I do feel like maybe you've gotten to a point in this relationship or with your person, maybe even if you're single or something like that, it's like where you basically finally getting closure on something and you're like, okay, I'm going to close this chapter now and I'm going to move forward. For each person that will be different. So it could be that you're in a relationship and you've had some sort of arguments lately, and now you're closing this chapter of like, okay, let's end this part of our lives and let's move on together to the new place. It could be that you're like leaving your home and moving to a new home with your person, or it could be that maybe you are like ending the relationship altogether, or you've ended the relationship a while ago and now you're finally getting closure and moving forward and closing that chapter, like you've come to terms with it and you're being your authentic self type of thing. So for each of you it's different, but the main message here is that you're getting closure on something, you're closing that chapter, you're ending the cycle, and you're moving on to something new that's very fulfilling. So the Nine of Pentacles here is about your thoughts. So you are thinking of, and the Nine of Pentacles I think is your energy actually, Virgo. So you are in this position where you're thinking of, you know, your independence, your financial independence. You're thinking about how you can get to a place where you can basically be completely free to just be who you are and not have to worry about money, not have to worry about other people, not have to worry about anything really, but just your own happiness. So that's where your thoughts are at. Maybe you're kind of trying to conjure up a plan of how to get to this place, or maybe you have gotten to this place and you're just appreciating how far you've come and where you are right now, where you can basically just be happy and be happy in the moment and let go of all issues or all problems and that type of thing, like enjoying the moment, fully being present. We have the Queen of Cups here. So the Queen of Cups is in the position of your goals or your passion, your desire. So there is something with one of your goals that you're kind of, you're very emotional about this. You have a lot of emotion towards it, whether it's another person that you're involved with, could be a Cancer, or whether that is like you yourself, where you've kind of like given a lot of emotion to someone else or to the situation, and now you're basically holding back, and you're like, okay, I don't care if I have a lot of feelings for you, I don't care if I love you, if I like have this deep desire to come towards you. I'm now basically, what the energy that I was giving this, that you were giving this person, you're now holding that back basically, and being like, I'm going to put that into myself actually, because I just know that I need to love myself and give myself that self-love. So let's get some clarifiers for you, Virgo. So let's see, what's the Wheel of Fortune? Okay, it's 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so you've been waiting a very long time for something. Look, there's the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Pisces energy again. So 7 of Pentacles, clarifying the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, is basically that there's something that you've been putting time and energy into that hasn't actually given you anything, and now you're basically, the divine is kind of coming in and changing the situation for you, because they're trying to show you a new path. They're trying to say what you've been putting your energy into is not worth it. You're not going to see the rewards. You're not going to see the investment here. So stop waiting for this. Let this go. Let's kind of change course here, is what's going on. High Priestess, you know what it is that I'm talking about. Again, you have this inner knowing. Your gut is telling you. Intuition is telling you. Everything is basically telling you to leave this situation behind and start new. So what's the Ace of Wands? Okay. I did see the 4 of Wands, but it didn't come out. So it could have something to do with your own stability. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely could be about work. I feel like there's a new beginning. Oh, look, again at the bottom of the deck, the Ace of Wands. So sorry, I get super excited when I see stuff like that. I'm a bit of a nerd. So with the Ace of Wands being there and the Knight of Pentacles clarifying that, this is basically your energy, Virgo, and the Knight of Pentacles is about putting in the hard work, putting in consistent effort into something that is something that you desire, this new beginning. If you basically slowly but steadily put in the work towards this day by day, then you are going to basically get to the point where you reach your passions, and you could be very excited about this project or about this path, this new path that you're taking, like extremely exciting, fun, energetic type of energy. So what's the world? We have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, you're definitely closing some sort of chapter. There is going to be some sort of clarity on the situation, a breakthrough when it comes to the closure of this relationship or the end of this cycle. Like you guys will communicate about it and you will get clarity on the situation. You might be cutting something off altogether, or just communicating to a point where you guys are communicating this is the end type of thing of this portion of the relationship, or of this relationship altogether, whatever it is. 6 of Wands is basically you are going to get the appreciation that you deserve. You are going to get the recognition that you deserve. Like you're moving on, you're moving up, and you're going to feel very kind of supported, or you're going to have lots of people like following you or agreeing with the situation of what's happening here, of the closure, of the ending of the cycle. So what's the 9 of Pentacles? Okay, few fell out there. I'm putting the 2 back that fell down and just taking the 1. Okay, so 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords, double nines, and the bottom of the deck is the 3 of Wands. So I do feel like with the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords, it's kind of like, with this being in your energy, it's kind of like you want to get to this place of like being carefree, of being able to only just have to look after yourself or worry about yourself and be happy in the moment. And I feel like in the daytime you are like that, but as soon as it hits nighttime, it's like you start stressing out, you start panicking, you could be having bad dreams or nightmares or something like that, but you just start getting to this point where you're like, I can't do it, can't see the path forward, like maybe in tears, you could be really like struggling with anxiety or depression right now. But it seems to come out most at night, and in the daytime you're kind of like la la la, like, you know, I'm just gonna be carefree and enjoy myself. But the minute that nighttime hits, this is what comes out. Okay, Three of Wands. I do feel like you are kind of like planning for the future, and you are stressed about the future with the Nine of Pentacles, but you're kind of like waiting in some way. You're trying to be very patient, but you are like stressed out about the situation, and you're wanting to kind of just move forward in some way. You might even want to leave the situation behind altogether and move to a different place, either physically or again metaphorically. So whatever the situation is, like, you want it gone, basically. The situation you want gone, you want to get to the place where you can be carefree. So what's the Queen of Cups? So we have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. Okay, so I do feel like this is someone that you are either in a relationship with or you're connected to emotionally. There is definitely a good match here, but it's kind of like the more you pull back and put into yourself, and the more love you give yourself, the more someone is going to come into your life that will give you that same love. So there will be someone who, take this how it resonates, it could be someone that you are dealing with already, or someone new that's coming into your life, that the more you kind of give love into yourself, the more this person is going to come and be kind to you and be devoted to you and want to show you love. But also it's about being emotionally stable, emotionally mature about the situation, and trying to get to a place where you guys are both on the same page about your feelings. Again, High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. You know what I'm talking about. You have this inner knowing. Your gut is telling you what to do here, and your gut is telling you to basically give yourself some self-love. What's the High Priestess is the outcome? Five of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like you know that you need to walk away from the situation because it's caused you a lot of like pain, it's caused you a lot of upset, it's caused you even financial difficulties, and like, you know that you can't really go back and ask for help from this person. Like, they're not going to give it to you. They could have abandoned you, if, you know, take that how that resonates. If it is relationship wise, this person could have kind of rejected you or abandoned you in some way, and you have this knowledge that you need to leave the situation behind. Like, you need to walk away from it, basically. The Magician, I do feel like you are manifesting a new path for yourself. You are manifesting a point where you can leave this behind. And I think that you need to realize that you do have here with the Magician, you have everything you need. You have the Pentacles, you have the Cups, you have the Wands, you have the Swords, you have everything. And then you have, you know, the Divine itself helping you, being able to get out of the situation. All you need to do is take action towards it. So you just need to make that first step to leave the situation behind, to get out of this place of like this, it's a very kind of like decreased cycle that you've been in, and if you leave this behind, that's when things increase. And this is the leaving behind here. So is the Seven of Swords. 10 of Wands and 7 of Swords. Let's leave behind the burden, let's let it go, let's move forward, let's go on this journey. 7 of Swords, I'm going to take what I need from the situation, and I'm going to go out of here, and I'm going to basically build, with the Ace of Pentacles, my new roots. I'm going to set roots elsewhere, basically. Okay, so let's see. So this is just for love. So I want to see, how is Virgo feeling about their person? Okay, so you feel like you're on a twin flame journey, or like that this is a deep soul connection with your person, right? And it's a little bit dangerous to think that way. I'll tell you why. Because if you think someone is your soulmate or your twin flame, or someone that you're meant to be with, it's very hard to let go and walk away. So even, you know, you have to do this, right? You know you have to let go of the situation or walk away from the situation. This could be a person that you're leaving behind, or it could be that this is just a situation with your person that you're leaving behind, right? But you're moving forward with the person. But the reason I say it's dangerous to think that someone is your twin flame or soulmate if you're in separation is because in that situation, it's like you're now putting this kind of belief in yourself that you're meant to be together, and then you kind of like hold on and you cling for dear life. And the more you do that, the more someone else repels against that or rebels against that also. So it's kind of like, I do feel like you guys are mirroring each other and you guys are having the same feelings about this. And like, you know, there's a lot of feelings between the two of you, but there's also a lot of fear between the two of you. There's a lot of like back and forward, pull and push and pull. There's, you know, runner chaser, like that type of energy. Then we have boundaries, no, drawing the line, and enough. So we do have the 10 of Wands here. So I do think that you've gotten to the point that you do think that this is your twin flame, you think it's your soulmate, but you're also, which is healthy, of putting the boundaries in place, saying, I'm not going to take this BS anymore, basically. This is where I draw the line. This is where I'm moving forward. Are you coming? No, then stay away from me. If you're going to act a certain way or like be authentic or whatever, maybe you need to be authentically yourself when you put the boundaries in place, then, you know, you're like, okay, I'll go with or without you, basically. Okay, so how does Virgo's person feel about Virgo? Okay, we have clinging, holding on, obsessing and spying. Okay, so they are definitely, remember, like I was saying, that if you think someone is your twin flame or your soulmate, you cling on to them, right? So I do feel like by you putting the boundaries in place and walking away, that's making this person cling on. Like I said, like you're putting the energy that you were putting into them, into yourself now. And now that's basically them being like, okay, but why are you doing that? Like, I love you. Like, why aren't you showing me the same attention like you used to? Because I'm focusing on me right now. You know, so by you stepping into your authentic self, you're basically able to, I feel like you're able to kind of let the situation go, even if it is difficult for you to walk away. You're able to let this go, and that by you letting it go, it's kind of getting them to cling on. We do also have shallow, hollow, empty, and boredom. Like, I don't feel like this person is very, I'm not going to kind of like, you know, bash anyone's person or any person in general, because everyone, you know, has a side where they can be shallow, where they can, you know, just get bored and do things out of boredom and have that very like unhealed side, let's say. I just feel like they just haven't done their healing work. They haven't done any work towards trying to like be a better person in general, or even any spiritual work. They might be like one of those people who are like, I don't believe in anything, like, you know, there's no such thing as spirit or, you know, God or something like that. They just seem like that type of person. So what is the outcome for these two? Family, fertility, parenthood and pregnancy. Okay, so it could be that like you guys have a family together, or like you have kids together, or some way like your family is connected to this person. It could even just be as simple as like a family friend type of thing. But I do feel like maybe there is children involved here, and that's kind of maybe what's keeping you connected to this person in some way. But we do have emotional storm, so turmoil, unstable and affected. It's like you really upset about the situation, and so are they. Like there's this huge kind of like I feel like it's kind of like a tower moment. It's like the tower's already happened, right? And like this is a situation that has like just turned into like what I'm picturing is, I don't even know what it's called, but you know, like in movies in like the Wild West, and there's like that like ball of sticks that's just kind of like a tumbleweed. Is that what it's called? It's just kind of like rolling past. That's kind of how I feel with this emotional storm. It's like that's how you feel, like this tumbleweed. It's like a bit of like like I'm just kind of getting knocked around, where, you know, I feel like I'm getting knocked around, and I feel like I'm just like unable to put myself on a path of like proper direction of where I'm trying to go. And I'm very like emotional and that type of thing, but also it's kind of like, well, it's crickets out here. Like no one's you know, like no one's coming up to step to the plate, and it's basically it's hurtful. But like I said, I do feel like there's some form of connection between the two of you, like the outcome here being family. This is at least just for this week anyways, that you guys are either a family, or you guys are going to become a family in some way, or it's like they're connected to your family, so, or you're connected to theirs, so it's like you can't let go of the situation, no matter, you know, you can't get out of the situation is how you feel, no matter how hard or like upset this person makes you. Okay, so let's see for Virgo. What does Virgo need to know? We have children. Your love life is being affected by children, which is what I was saying there. So I do think that there's children involved in this situation, or like even if there's no children involved, it's about thinking about, okay, well, I want to have children. How do I get to that point? Or your children themselves are getting involved here in this situation, or it's like, how can I abandon this person when they're carrying my child, or when they have my child, or it's kind of like maybe they had kids and you grew close to their kids, and now it's like, how can I walk away from this when like I've got them to think about as well. Okay, we have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. I feel like you're not asking for help. You feel like if you did ask for help, like there's like some sort of defeat within that, but you do need to ask for the help. Okay, what else for Virgo? Yeah, very, very clear. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. I do feel like that is the situation here that you need to kind of walk away from. Like there's so many cards saying like, leave this behind, walk away from it, change your plans. It stresses you out. You've put a lot of effort into this. You're not seeing the rewards. There's so many signs that you kind of move on. Then we have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So you might need to have like a deep conversation with someone and say, this is how I'm feeling, and like and be your authentic self. And if you're not willing to give this to me, that's it. Let's kind of draw a line in the sand. Let's put some boundaries in place and let's move on, type of thing. Okay, so let's see for Virgo. Messages from Virgo's person. So we have, I regret lying to you. So there's something that they didn't tell you the truth about in some way. It could have been like a full-on lie. It could have been that they just held something back from you. What else? We have, I'm afraid to contact you. Yeah, I did say with the High Priestess, there could be silence between the two of you at the moment. But, you know, they're scared to reach out, and as it looks like they should be. Because I feel like you're basically not taking any BS anymore. You're like, this is who I am, like, take it or leave it. We have, I am becoming a better person, okay? And we have, I wish things could be different. And then last one, I couldn't let you get close to me. So that is what I have for you, Virgo. I hope it resonated. If it did, please do give me a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow like you couldn't imagine. So it doesn't cost any money. I'd really appreciate the like. You know, share the video to anyone that you think might get a message from this situation. Yeah, I will see you guys again next week. Take care.